Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astro Guide Mysore, and today we are seeing another yoga called as Netranasa Yoga. Here, Nasha does not mean that it is totally destroyed. It is, in a way, you can understand that it is malfunctioning. There is some flaw, or it might be going through some damage. So, Netra means eyes, eyesight. Particularly here, it is about the organ eye and the difficulties of a person with difficulties of eyesight. So, this is to be more clearly considered. So, as the criteria I have written, there are two major criteria. The 10th Lord, the 6th Lord, and the 2nd Lord are to be in the ascendant. So to put it in an ascendant, so if I take the 10th Lord is Jupiter itself, the 6th Lord is Sun. I have particularly taken this because Sun is there. Okay, and the 2nd Lord, Mars. So if all the three are in the ascendant, Netranasa Yoga is there. But what a strong Raja Yoga this is. The 9th Lord is along with all three are friends. The 9th and the 10th Lord is giving Dharma Karmadipati Yoga. So that doesn't mean that Netranasa Yoga will make a person unsuccessful or will make him poor or he'll suddenly go into poverty. Nothing like that. This is only with regard to the eyes and the eyesight. The second house is for the eyes. But here I would also refer the 12th house. Why? Because if I see the real body parts, which I have actually explained in the medical astrology thing, which I will attach in this, I will attach the medical astrology classes. I have done a lot of classes there, but in that you can see that the 12th house is the left eyes, and this is the right eye and the left eye. Right eye, left eye. I don't know why I use the plural. So the second house and the 12th house have to be considered simultaneously, but for a larger extent, because the 12th is the back part and the front part is the second house, so it has both the eyes as the organ. So we take the second house prominently. Second, 12th house also has to be considered and referred as a second, analysis for the second level. The second criteria here, this is also very important, but this is a little tough to fall in position. But anyway, the 10th Lord, the 6th Lord, and the 2nd Lord all are debilitated. It's very difficult to get a chart like this, but still, I have seen some charts. And this part can happen. They can be weak, debilitated, weak, and with malefics. So, debilitated or very weak with malefics. So, here, when you are seeing the Netranasa Yoga, you should analyze the strength, that is the Shadbala of Sun and Moon. Why? Why Sun and Moon have to be analyzed? Because they are the luminaries. This is the organ itself, and this is the sight. That is, Sun is for the organ and Moon is for the sight. And if you do not go through these things and simply proclaim, oh, okay, this person is going to lose eyesight on the 12th year or 13th year or 32nd year, don't do all that unnecessary rush. Go through the chart, see the Shadbala of Sun and Moon. If they are strong, half of the yoga is gone. And if the second Lord is strong in the Shadbala, I'll also put the second Lord. If it is strong in the Shadbala, then 3/4 of the yoga is nullified. Water is there. So, just a minute. So, we need to, we need to understand the strengths of the planet before pronouncing something just like that. Do not predict unnecessarily, because these are all tough things. People will take it very emotional. See, losing teeth losing the eye, or losing a limb. These are all not just like that predictions that you can simply, you are taken for granted, you can just give it to somebody. No, don't do that. You can hold it and keep it to yourself and just give them a cautionary prediction that you need to be careful, you need to be cautious, you need to sleep well, you need to, water your eyes, you need to keep it moist, you need to drink water. All these things, what is good for the eyesight, you need to say. So, what if a person has the Netranasa yoga and, for example, wants to recover from it? So, as per this yoga, the native will have a very weak eyesight and may also lose a part of his eyesight due to course of time. It all depends on course of time and also depends on what sort of dashas and antardashas the person will go through. This also happens because of carelessness and they don't take care of their eyes. So, this should also be referred in context to accidents. This has to be referred in context to carelessness, unnecessary stupidity where people go in Diwali time, they burst crackers. Joy is a joy. They love crackers. I don't like crackers. They love crackers. I don't like sound and that chemical pollution, so I don't like crackers. But the lights and that the beautiful color which comes, obviously it is so beautiful that people love to see fireworks. And when children are allowed to do this, you can get thousands of complaints in each state of India. That forget about the whole world. That people, when they are using crackers, when they are using these flower pots, when they are using many other, substances in the Diwali time or the Deepavali time, they go through a lot of difficulties, and major problem is hand burns and eyesight problems, because the sparkles will just go into your eye, and your eye is a very very sensitive organ, and it is the most important organ in the body, the most important organ. And if you are healthy and without the eyesight, you know how tough it is. So please take care of your eyes. Yoga is the best practice, and that too trataka, that is candle gazing, is one of the best eyesight, strengthener. You can also do the thumb gazing, thumb gazing without shaking your head. You can gaze your thumb and slowly move your thumb, stare at it, and as I'm doing, only the eyes keep moving. So this is an excellent exercise to be done early morning, just once you are off the bed, after you wash your face. You can do this. This is a very good exercise for strengthening the muscles in your eye. So there are many strengthening exercises which you can see online. So, if sun and moon are strong in the chart, the native will only have sight problems, and loss of eyesight should not be predicted. So, be careful, unnecessarily do not go in your confidence that simply go on predicting eyesight problems. Let us take another example. I will give you another small example. Let us take another example. So, here I'll be taking the debilitation points. Let us take the debilitation points. So if I see this again, I peculiarly choose the ascendants. You will understand why I chose this. The debilitation of Mercury, the second lord, happens here. And this is a Deha Kashta Yoga point. And who is involved? The second lord. So obviously he is involved with the eighth house. And let me put the eighth lord there. And the 10th Lord. Who is the 10th Lord? Venus. He is giving rise to Nicha Bhanga Raja Yoga. The 10th Lord is sitting along with Mercury. Who is the second Lord? who is debilitated, but he is exalted. Here, that Venus is exalted, Mercury is debilitated, Jupiter is there, the eighth lord, giving rise to kashta, deha kashta, difficulties of the body organs or limbs or eyesight or whatever, eyes. The problem comes when this fellow goes and joins them. That is the Saturn. Saturn, the sixth lord. See, without the sixth lord, whatever I say will be very light. And when I am putting the sixth lord and the eighth lord and the eighth house into consideration, this becomes a super strong malefic combination for the eyes and also for the family, because second house is for kutumba. So when we have a cluster of, this is too much actually what I have shown, but when we have a cluster of planets like this, once again it is a difficulty. Let us take another lagna to show you the debilitation points and the weakness of planets, because I have told you this point, right? That is the third criteria. So if I take, again I have chosen this because I know that Saturn gets debilitated in the sixth house, right? So we have the Saturn debilitated in the sixth house, and we have Sun which will get exalted there. Sun gets exalted there. The Saturn is the third lord, it gets debilitated there. The second lord, Jupiter, debilitated. Why I have put Saturn there? So if I take the 10th lord there, this is also a combination in which a person might go through difficulties of eyesight. It is not that he will have eye problems because Sun is exalted. If I put unnecessarily, if I put Rahu and Ketu here, or retro Saturn. If I make the, no, Saturn doesn't get retro when it is sitting along with Sun. I have done that mistake in two videos because I realized it later, but I knew that. But when we are doing it in the speed, we get that. Okay. So Rahu Ketu axis, these are all tough combinations. That is why Rahu Grasta Surya and Rahu Grasta Shani, which is I had named it as Paishachika Yoga, because you usually people call it as Pishacha Yoga, but I call it as Paishachika because it's a derivative of the Pishacha. So alienating. So go through these yogas in detail and work out the Shadbalas of the planet, and only then go for pronouncing any result. Thank you very much for today's class.